Hello, welcome to the Barbershop model. In this session, we will review the waiting time. So we're going to add a question to the barber is what is the average waiting time of a customer? So in these models, we're going to create two scenarios. Now that we're going to learn how to do a waiting area without first in, first out, and we're going to create another scenario with the waiting area with a first in, first out. So those two scenarios, we want to see what's going to be the output that can tell us the average waiting time of a customer. Okay, so in this case, we have our locations as the previous model we have, waiting area, and the rule is oldest. So you can see we have options to change it to first in, first out, last in, first out, or by type, and by attributes as well. So just for the sake of this class, we're going to start to see the no queuing, and we're going to see what is the result if we want to see the waiting time. Just want to remember that the wait time is a uniform distribution of 9,1. So let's run the model. Remember, run the model for 8 hours and let's see the results. Okay, so now we see that in this entity summary table, we have the time, we have total exits, how many customers. There was one left in the system, then didn't exit the barbershop. This is the average time in the system, 32.28 minutes. This is the average time doing the haircut, 8.92. But guess what? This is our actually waiting time, 23.36. So if we take a look at our report, it tells us that the customer, it's blocked about 72% of the time out of the 32 minutes. So this is the results of a total wait time. But again, this is the scenario where there's no FIFO in the location rules. So that means that all the results are going to be in the block time. Block time is 23.36, meaning that everything that is in our waiting time, usually the waiting time is the sum of the average waiting time. This is the average time in the queue, plus if you were the first customer in line, this is how much you get blocked before you get attended by the barber. So now let's evaluate the total wait time in a chart in terms of percentage. So if the total wait time in the if the average time in the system is 32 minutes, as we saw, that means that 72% of the block time, as you can see, is in this color. We don't have any waiting time, but everything is represented in our block time is 23.36. Okay, so now you guys know how to estimate the waiting time using the location rules. So now in the next model, we will learn how is going to be really the waiting time. What is the actually waiting time in the queue? All right, so let's see the next model. Let's see the next results. So now in this model, we will evaluate the effect of, we actually want to know what is the time that they really spend in the queue. Okay, so meaning if there is the second in line, the third in line. So what we can do is now go to the rules in the location of the waiting area and change this to a first in, first out. So it's called the FIFO. Okay, meaning that everybody that comes to the waiting area, whoever comes first is going to be attended by the barber. Okay, so as you can see, this changes to FIFO. Okay, now let's simulate our process. Okay, 40 hours. Just accelerate the clock here. All right, so now I run the simulation and it tells me that I expected 32 minutes, about half an hour in the system, a customer, but now I have the breakdown of the percentage of time. So it looks like half of time, half of 32 minutes, people are waiting in the queue, right? There is a second person, third person. It's actually 27% of the 32 minutes are just getting the haircut. And now I have the block time. It's about 20% of the 32 minutes is in the block time, so about 6 minutes. So let's see how the entity summary table will be able to tell us. Yes. So now this is the average time in the system, and this is the wait time in minutes. So now I can add these two numbers, the waiting time and the block time, and that'll be the total wait time. Okay, so now this is the result of the scenario 2 with FIFO location rules. And now we can see what is the actual wait time and the block time. Now let's take a look at our graphical representation. Yes, so now in case of what percent of value added and non-value added we have in the process, the value added is just pretty much the 27% in operation, and the non-value added wait time in the queue plus your block time in terms of percentage. So hopefully with this now you have two different ways to observe the wait time. Thank you for watching. See you in the next.